What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I'm back for another review of Ready to Love, Make a Move. Y'all, I know it has been a while since I have done a review on this show, but listen, my voice is finally coming back to normal, and I said, baby, let's talk about this damn show, okay? So let's jump right into Season 1, Episode 10, and the episode is titled Mama Knows Best. Let's get right into this review. Alright, y'all, so we actually start this episode off with Zadia and Cam, okay? For some reason, Zadia decided, let me keep Cam around. For what? This man has been trying to get away from you, okay? He already telling you, my life is getting hectic, it's too busy to be lollygagging with you in this damn show. And let me get on Tamika. Is that her name, Tamika? I think that's it. I need for her to not be a host ever again. Because when she pulled that man to the side, talking about some either he's playing games with Zadia or he's in love and he doesn't know what to do with himself. Girl, no. That man laid it out on the table for her, said, listen, my jobs come first. What I got going on in my hustle is coming before you. So therefore, if you need to make a move, baby girl, make a move. I feel like he was upfront. I felt like he was honest in that moment. Telling her the nice way, girl, I'm not really trying to be with you right now like that. So don't get your hopes up. Okay? My life is a lot going on and I need to focus on what I need to focus on. You are not about to be my top priority. I feel like he said that clear as day. He stated it as clear as day, and Zadia refuses to walk away from this show without a partner. That's the problem. Zadia, she don't want to get to know nobody else that's new, and she refuses to walk away from this show without a partner. But let's go ahead and move on. So the next person that we get to is Charisse, y'all. So she actually decides to let go of Nick so that way she can keep Maurice. Can we be honest, y'all? The only reason why Charisse decided to move forward with Maurice is because out of all the guys that she has been set up with after him, none of them financially match what that man makes. Like, let's be honest. None of the guys would be able to provide the lifestyle that she wants like Maurice can. That man still can't hold a damn conversation with her, but according to her, he's been texting her and calling her. What are y'all doing? Just breathing on the phone back and forth? Because you cannot tell me that he is so different on the phone than how he is in person. You can't tell me that he that different. But like I said, she going for the financials, and that's just the type of woman that she is. Let's move on. Alright, now y'all, before I move on to what is going to be going on for the next couple of dates or whatever it is, I gotta talk about who the other ladies chose real quick. What's her name? What is her name? Vernisha. Little Miss Vernisha. First of all, I don't see it for Tabari. I do not. I don't care how nice he is. I don't care nothing about that. Something about him is off. I cannot quite put my finger on it, but no thank you. Also, I was so annoyed, you guys, that last week they decided to bring her on a date with Mazel. You said y'all was going to give her a blast from the past. Where is Jabari? Where is Jabari? I'm sorry. When I think of Vernisha, even though, Jabari was kind of set in his ways as far as him going to sleep at 10 o'clock at night, there is something about the connection that she had with Jabari that I like far more than what she had with Tabari. Back to the situation with Mizell, though, what was the purpose of that date? Because at the end of the day, he didn't even want to be with her. He was still asking about Charisse. He was still trying to check and see what Charisse was doing. Date was a waste of time. I feel like, yes, he was probably attracted to Vernisha, but he was still trying to act like this was the regular season of Ready to Love, and he had options. Not understanding that, sir, no, you are the option. The women has options. The women have the options. You are the one option. Yeah, Mizell was a waste of time. But that was that, y'all. Let me go on to Miss Ashley. because she is the one who has been all over the place, pissing me off left and right. The fact that she got so giddy when she saw Kirsten, I said, are you serious, girl? That man gave you, what was it, a box of chocolate from See's Candy and some roses from Trader Joe's, and you got excited? Are you serious? Slow your roll. I just feel like she likes Kirsten because, number one, she's attracted to Kirsten. Like she said, he's basically like the typical guy that she would date. However, the better guy in this situation is Don. Like, let's be honest. But my issue is that after she went on that damn date with Kirsten, she decided that she was going to play in Don's face. Number one, she told him about the date with Kirsten, so that way she could see if he was going to get riled up and get competitive. That's not in his nature. He's not about to do that. That's just not the type of person that he is. Then on top of that, you're going to sit up here and complain because he always has on loafers and like a dress shirt or whatever he be wearing, polo, whatever. And I'm just like, wait a second. You mean to tell me that you are going to complain about what he has on when Kirsten has been wearing the same suit just in different colors? He got the whole Easter collection. He got the same damn suit in blue, in pink, in yellow, in green. He got the same suit in all them colors. When did Kirsten dress fly? We ain't seen Kirsten dress no different, okay? If anything, the production has already told these guys what style of clothes to wear. Okay, unless they're going to go work out, that's probably the only time they're going to tell them, oh yeah, wear some sneakers. They want them to look a little bit better than something that's casual. Like, I just could not believe that she really went after his attire. And I'm just like, since when? All he did was show up with a polo shirt on and some pants and some loafers. Okay, so what? I just feel like she found a reason to nitpick with Don. It made no sense to me. Nonetheless, y'all, let's move on to what's going on now. Tamika tell these people that, oh yeah, the guys gotta go home, so they leave. And then she tells the ladies that there's going to be no more dates, or should I say blind dates. Now the girls are going to meet these guys' families. All right, y'all, so instead of the style of regular Ready to Love, where people, when they bring their friends and family, it is a solo date. Nope, everybody is there. So all the ladies are there together, and whoever the guys are going to bring, they're all going to meet together. I said, okay, fine, y'all going to switch it up, right? Let's see who these guys decide to bring. All right, so let's jump into Charisse, okay? So Maurice actually brought his cousin as well as one of his daughters. Now, I can't lie, I was kind of shocked that he brought his daughter, but I kind of like that because at the end of the day, your kids gonna be honest, okay? If they don't like that lady, they don't like that lady. Nonetheless, the next person to show up was Cam. He brought his best friend Mario. Alright, so the next person to show up, y'all, is Don. Oh, baby. Don has taken notice to what Ashley has said. He got sneakers on today. He done found a bucket hat. And he looks real casual, okay? And she loving it, okay? Because he's finally switched it up. He decides to bring two friends there because he doesn't really have like a lot of family or anybody in New Orleans because he just moved there. Now, y'all, when it comes to Vernisha, she kind of got stuck in the middle of Ashley's situation with Don and his people because she was sitting there waiting on Tabari to show up, right? So, as they started talking, they first start off talking about the fact that, Don, he's been eliminated by Ashley before, and, it was a whole communication thing that happened. Now, his homegirl, she real ride or die for her homie, okay? Because she's like, yeah, I was with him that day when he was, like, texting your phone or whatever, but of course we all know Ashley was not receiving any of those text messages, okay? So now, the friend, she is going on about how, he's such a good guy. She don't want him to be, with somebody where he got to pick up the phone all day or something along the lines to that. And I'm just like, whoa, 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 girl. You can't dictate how he decides to move in his relationship with another woman. Now, y'all, this is one thing that I will say. I feel like Donald has definitely confided in these two friends about what it's been like going through this process. And I mean at every turn, okay? Again, like he said, he ain't got that many friends out in New Orleans. So these right here is his close people. When she brought up the whole style thing or whatever, and she's like, you should like him the way that he is, blah, blah, blah. I understand what she's trying to say. I do understand where the friend is kind of coming from. Like, you don't need to, like, you just now meeting him, get to know his personality, know his heart before you try to change up the way he dressed, right? However, Ashley, for your response to be, oh, well, I like aesthetics. Ashley, be for real. Because if you really liked aesthetics, you wouldn't keep getting these damn mega volume lashes. And you would just get the hybrids that will look better on your face. Like, be so for real. Not only that, Ashley, let's stop acting like you really stepping out with the fashions, okay? You alright, girly, but you not that girl. And then for Vernisha to jump in to be like, oh, well, we've never seen him dressed like this. He's always had on loafers. Okay, you ain't over here trying to change up Tabari the way he dressed. Because every time he step out, he looking like he in Saturday Night Fever. But you not trying to change his wardrobe. So be for real. Now, y'all may not agree with me. But I do low-key feel like his friend, I think her name was Keisha or something. Is her name Keisha? I'm going to call her Keisha. I feel like Keisha low-key sees through Ashley. I'm going to be honest. Because when she brought up the whole, I don't want you to be like, you need to do this, you need to do that. You know what I'm saying? And keep trying to tell him what he needs to do. I don't like that for him. And Ashley got offended by it. I feel like it was the truth, though. I really do. Because we've seen Ashley do this. When she got so upset that man did not reach out to her, or should I say, for some reason, the technology was not computing, and she was not able to get in touch with him, as if she couldn't DM him, and she couldn't reach out to him, or whatever. Yeah, she was on his ass like, you need to do this. If you can't text me, why didn't you try to call me? Why didn't you do this? You've done that? That is in your personality, Ashley. No offense, but I kind of feel like Ashley met her match when it came to his homegirl. And his homegirl can see the type of person that Ashley really is outside of what this show makes it look like what Ashley is. Now, you do also have the friend talking about how, I understand that you have a roster of men that you can go through. However, he is also a prize. And Ashley was like, nah, I'm the prize. It's all about my choice. It's all about me, 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 me. I'm just like, ooh, Ashley, you are showing your true colors because you could have handled this a total different way. But you're not. You are still kind of making it seem like at the end of the day, you can take it or leave it with Donald. If we want to be honest. Especially when she was like, he don't get a choice. This is all about me. I'm just like, what do you mean he doesn't get a choice? He can walk away from you right now. And what you gonna do? Cry to Tamika so that way she can bring Kirsten back for you? Like, be for real. I understand that the show is all about the ladies making a choice, but he also has an option to choose himself as well and be like, all right, I'm done with this. Or you know what? I don't know what kind of ties production have these guys in, because you know what? Cameron tried to do that. Cam tried to walk away and he still couldn't do it because the show kept him captive. Never mind. So y'all, Don finally speaks up or whatever and basically says that when it comes to Ashley, yes, he does like her. However, when he tells her how he feels or whatever, she's like, that's too generic. But he's like, I don't know how else to express that. What's Ashley's response? Well, I mean, basically, you need to dress it up because you're a poet. Girl, I'm sorry. All because that man, he may have wrote a little bit of poetry when he was, in his early 20s. That don't mean he even still do that. Okay, number one. Number two, if he's telling you straightforward how he feels, take it or leave it at this point. Why you gotta try to zhuzh it up? I'm sorry, but I don't know if you've been watching The Notebook. I don't know what you going through, Ashley, but you tripping. Okay, I really think that you tripping. Now, y'all, please let me know in the comments how y'all feel about the whole Ashley situation. Because, yes, was his friend coming in hot? Absolutely. But did she have some valid points? Absolutely. So, Vernisha is finally saved because Tabari shows up, right? I know she's so ready to get out of the middle of this mess. Alright, so Tabari actually brought his real family, for real. He brought his mama and he brought his brother. Now, y'all, let's slide on over to Zadia real quick, right? So she talking to Cam homeboy or whatever, and basically he talked about the fact that when Cam thinks of something and he makes a plan out for it, he is going to execute it basically by any means necessary, okay? So at the end of the day, this is just who Cam is. He is really focused on doing whatever he has to do to be successful, okay? Zadia, you're going to have to get with it or get lost, baby girl. Because at the end of the day, work is going to come first. Like, yeah, he may have told you, what's his name, Mario may have told you that, yeah, you may be a good fit, but really, Zadia, you could be any chick. And what I mean by that is, anybody can feel Zadia's shoes right now and date Cam. Because at the end of the day, you're still going to be number two. Nothing about that interaction gave me the vibe that Cam has told his homeboy that he's really into Zadia. Nothing about that gave that off. Like, I don't know. I just feel like Cam is trying to get out of this, but since he couldn't, he gonna keep coming up to the show so that way he can get his little check. That's what I think is happening. But let's go ahead and move on to Vernisha. So she out here so happy that this man has chosen her to meet his mama. I said, girl, that's because we on TV. But, okay. So, nonetheless, Vernisha got some questions or whatever. She wants to know the type of man he is, you know what I'm saying? And the mom is like, he has a good heart. He works hard, but he's all about family. Good for Tabari, right? So then Vernisha is like, oh, well, we have a little issue or whatever when it comes to communication. Baby, the mama nipped that right in the bud. She said, first of all, you don't have an issue, you have a concern. And at the end of the day, basically, this man is busy. He got his hands in a lot of pots. So no, he can't be over here texting and calling you all damn day, Vernisha. So again, you gonna have to get with it or get lost, okay? Because he ain't got all the time in the world to be lollygagging on the phone with you. Now, one thing that I will say is that Vernisha, she does fit in quite well with his family, okay? And I feel like because I heard, his brother as well as his mom speak so highly of Tabari, I do have a slight change of heart about him. Like, okay, maybe he might be a good dude, but it's still something about his connection with Vernisha that is off to me. Maybe it's that we don't know enough, or we don't really get to see them make a true connection when they talking. I don't know. It's something that's off. Y'all let me know if I'm crazy. But let's move on to Charisse. Alright, so of course she's meeting with Maurice's daughter, right? So she's like, oh, tell me about your dad or whatever. And of course, his daughter is listing all the great things about her father or whatever. And then his cousin chimed in and was like, yeah, he basically set the foundation for the family or whatever. Again, hyping him up like he really this great dude. He might be, I'm just saying, but Maurice is just such a man of few words. It bothers me. But one thing about it is that I feel like Charisse is so dry. Like, The reason why I'm saying that is because after the girl lists all the things about her dad or whatever, the only thing that Sharice can really say is, oh yeah, that's what I love about your dad. Yeah, that's what I like about your dad. I'm just like, okay, could you also add a little bit of value to the conversation by saying, oh, well, you know what? Let me tell you a little bit more about me then. You know what I'm saying? Like, something about Sharice is just too dry for my liking. Like, how is it the only thing that you can say about yourself is that you're a strong woman? Girl, and what else is going on? Nonetheless, she thinks that this went great. Okay, fine. I feel like the daughter, she did most of the talking, and Maurice just kind of sat back, ain't said a word, like he always do. Now, y'all, out of nowhere, here come the horns, right? Baby, it's the second line out here. Now, y'all, I am not from New Orleans. Can somebody please let me know? I thought that those was only used at funerals. I thought that the second line came through for the end of the funeral. I didn't know they just happened just because. Somebody please explain it to me. Because, baby, when I tell you I was so confused, please let me know in the comments, y'all, what is going on in New Orleans. Like, explain the culture to me, because I just want to know, what is all the second lines for? Is it for any celebration or what? Nonetheless, let's move on. Now, y'all, we got to talk about these outfits, okay? Because we have a date between Vernisha and, what's his name, Tabari. These two people are going to two different places because she got on her Fashion Nova finest and he looking like an extra from the Chris Brown Fine China video. What is this, sir? What are you doing with these suspenders on? What is happening? Nonetheless, let's get into the date. Alright, so they rehash what happened when she met his mom. You know, she feels like she got another side of him. You know, he does basically promise to her that he's going to work on the communication for her. And, you know, she talked about how she has gone through her child's father passing away recently. So, you know, she's been to therapy. I will say this was a pretty good conversation between these two. Was I really listening to every word? I kind of wasn't. I'm gonna be truthful. I wasn't. But it does seem like this was one of their deeper conversations than what we've seen before, for sure. So I feel like Tabari is really trying to get on my good side and prove that he the right guy for Vernisha. But y'all, that ain't even really important. Let's move on, okay? So let's talk about this conversation between Zadia and Sharice. And basically they were talking about the whole Dawn and Ashley situation at first, right? And Sharice was like, oh, Dawn shouldn't have even brought a girl here, knowing how Ashley would react or her personality. And Zadia was like, so why wouldn't he bring a girl? Well, Sharice answered, of course, and she's like, because I would want to know, like, did y'all hook up? Did y'all kiss before? Like, what's really the relationship between this guy and this girl? Because I guess in Sharice's world, men and women can't be friends, even though she's the one who brought a guy on the show to talk to the guys. How does that make sense, Sharice? You brought LJ on the show so that way he can see if old boy was right for you. What's the difference between that and Don bringing his homegirl to see if Ashley is right for him? It's the same thing, girl. Nonetheless, Zadia is like, girl, that's basically thinking the worst, okay? And speaking of LJ, what's her name? Sharice, she's like, well, you didn't see on my season when LJ brought his ex or whatever, and basically, you know, he was still hooking up with her. What was it, about a month or a few weeks in between filming or whatever, and when they broke up? Well, baby, speaking of LJ, Zadia was like, so what's up with you with him? And Sharice was like, oh, nothing, like, we just kind of dated on a show, but that's my friend, that's it. Baby, Zadia said, well, let me go ahead and throw this out here. She was like, oh, so I saw y'all kissing or whatever when he left. Now, Sharice tried to clean it up real quick. It was like, it was just a peck. It was just a peck like, oh, get home safely. Girl, a peck where? Because number one, you taller than LJ. So did you give him a peck on the forehead? Or was that a peck on the lips, girl? Now, y'all, why did Zadia even do this? Because now Sharice is upset. And now Sharice is feeling some type of way because she's trying to tarnish my character, blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, but Sharice has a woe is me flaw, and I cannot stand it, okay? She has done the same thing on her season of Ready to Love. This is just who Sharice is. So she goes back over to Zadia or whatever and basically lets her know that she feels some type of way, okay? So Zadia is like, so you upset about it? Like your blood pressure is rising, girl. And Sharice is like, no, that's not it. I'm just like, well, make up your mind. Are you mad or are you not mad? Because it's given, you're mad. And then she's like, don't be trying to talk about my personal business. Okay, well, that means that there's some truth to this, okay? Because the fact that you're calling it your personal business, that means that, yes, you and LJ absolutely did kiss. Now, according to Zadia, y'all, she said they did way more than some kissing. I said, let me find out it went down in the house, okay? But nonetheless, so, of course, Sharice got to get some get back. So, she drops the bomb of, okay, and you slept with Cam, right? Now, Zadia ain't said a word. She ain't denied it or nothing like that. I'm just like, clearly she happy where she at, so she ain't tripping, okay? Nonetheless, you have Sharice talking about some, oh yeah, can she go out with him every night, blase blah. Girl, why are you keeping tabs on Zadia, okay? You shouldn't even know that she going in and out the house every night. But I bet you now that girl, she make sure she got a key. Or she leaving the door unlocked, y'all. Or maybe she just texted Ashley so that way she can come get the door so that she don't wake Sharice up no more. But y'all, let's move on because Sharice got a hot date with her man Maurice, okay? And baby, they went to go get their nails done, okay? Now, I will say this. I have never seen a nail salon set up this way with swinging chairs. Real cute. Is that how they do it in New Orleans? Like, I will say this. All the little places that they have been going on these dates, first of all, everything looked like it's in a house. I have never seen that because that's just not the way LA is set up. Secondly, a lot of these places are really cute. Just saying. Nonetheless, I find it very interesting that, okay, it was cute they talked about the fact that his family, liked her. However, when that conversation switched over to them traveling and her wanting to go to Greece and, everything about him is first class, I said, oh, that tells me everything. Sharice wants to be with him because he got money and he can afford a lifestyle that she wants to live. And she can't tell me no different because I feel like, yes, Maurice is talking a little bit more, but it's still not enough for me to really think that they have this strong connection that she trying to tell us that they got. I'm sorry, I don't see it. But let's go ahead and move on. Now, y'all, we got Zadia and Cam, okay? Now, I don't know where they went, but these little pineapple cup drink things they got, I want one. Nonetheless, basically he told this lady that I just want you to be happy, whether that's with me or without me. And if you're going to be with me, baby girl, you're going to have to be patient because, again, my work and my lifestyle is coming before you. Y'all, how many times this man got to tell this girl this? He has told her this every which way besides cursing her out and yelling it to the top of his lungs. That either you are going to be number 2 or number 3 or number 4 on my priority list, or we ain't going to be together because you're not going to be number 1. It's going to take a solid 2 to 3 years for you to work your way up to be a top priority in my life. Like, it's giving very take it or leave it, okay? Zadia, you need to leave it. Moving on to Ashley and Dom. When I tell you the vibe is already off because the way he walked up, he says hey to her, and she like, hey. I said, oh, here we go, y'all. She's still in her feelings. And I mean big mad, okay? So he ends up giving her some little weird gift or whatever. Like some light up lollipop. I don't know what that was. Nonetheless, let's get down to business. Because she's like, okay, so what's up with you and Lakeisha? Okay? And he's like, we just friends, just platonic friends, nothing else, or whatever. All right, y'all. So Ashley is about to go in on this man, okay? Because she feels like the words that were used against her as far as being aggressive and this, that, another, that's what Lakeisha was, okay? And he didn't say nothing. He did not try to protect her. And she feels some type of way. Now, I will say this. Lakeisha was definitely aggressive, okay? But she was like, girl, you're not about to play my friend out on national TV. I feel like that's the vibe where she was coming from or whatever. So Ashley, she wants this man to explain himself as to why he never said anything. So here's the thing. Don, he ain't saying nothing because he really pissed off at the fact that he thought he was about to go on a nice date with this girl. However, she's, of course, questioning him about the last encounter. And she talking with her nails flicking all in his damn face or whatever. Giving major attitude. And honestly, you guys, I feel like there has been a little bit of build up when it comes to Ashley and Don. Because, of course, he always tries to stay cool, calm, and collected. He don't ever say nothing. And whatever Ashley says kind of goes. But I think he low-key getting fed up with Ashley's energy. Especially after she tried to pull that stunt with bringing up her going on a date with Kirsten. And how he basically needs to step it up. Now, y'all, I am going to be honest. Do I feel like Don is being a little bit dramatic? He absolutely is. Because as far as him acting like she yelling at him, she was not yelling. Now, Ashley has been animated this entire time. Ashley has talked with her hands since she met him, okay? So, none of this is anything different than, what Ashley normally does. So, for me, I just kind of feel like because he's fed up with her right now, every little thing that she does is annoying him. I think that is what's happening right now. Because when she even mentioned how, so I can't have any inflection in my voice. And I'm like, you're right. At the end of the day, she's not changing her voice, you know what I'm saying, to be overbearing and yelling at you. She's really just being straightforward and talking with her hands. Baby, when I tell you we got nowhere with this conversation, he mentioned that she moving like DMX. Baby girl got so offended by that because next thing you know, she done grabbed her purse. She fed up. She walking off or whatever. And I'm just like, you know what? Both of y'all need to cool down. Both of y'all need to go cool down in y'all separate corners. Y'all met up a little too soon so that way y'all can have this conversation. And it is very clear that these two have two different communication styles. So when it comes to them having disagreements, they're clashing not only over whatever they fighting over, but they're also clashing over the way that they're communicating with each other. It's a complete mess. Now, how do y'all feel about this episode? Let me know down in the comments. How do y'all feel about Ashley and Don, his situation with his homegirl? Do y'all feel like Vernisha should really, stick it out with Tabari? Do y'all feel like Charisse is giving gold digger vibes? Should Zadia have let old boy go a long time ago? Let me know in the comments, y'all. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to y'all in my next review. Bye, guys.